Today, our guest is co-chair of Armenian Assembly of America, Anthony Barsamian. Thank you very much, Mr. Barsamian, for your time.
Thank you, Sargis.
U.S. President Joe Biden recognized the fact of Armenian genocide. What does it mean in the context of backing Armenian rights in the USA?
So what's really important about this, the affirmation of the Armenian genocide, is that now diplomats in the United States, U.S. ambassador to Armenia, other ambassadors can use the term Armenian genocide. Could you imagine there was a day when the French and the Russian negotiator for OSCE could use the word Armenian genocide, but the U.S. negotiator could not? Now, everyone at the table can use the word Armenian genocide freely.
Mr. Barsamian, what would be your next step as American Armenian Advocacy Group?
As it relates to genocide affirmation, it's really codifying it, making sure that it's taught in public schools, that it's part of the curriculum, that students learn about it. Even though many states have passed curriculum, a federal, genocide, Holocaust studies would be the next step. But anything that would bring it into full legal status. As you know, the resolutions in the House and the Senate carry no legal binding other than it's an expression of the United States that it now recognizes the Armenian genocide.
Do you expect that after the Biden's announcement, the process of recognition of Armenian genocide in worldwide would be easier, especially in United Kingdom or in Israel?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, we expect both the UK and Israel and other countries to quickly recognize the Armenian genocide. I just read an article today from David Harris from the American Jewish Committee calling on Israel as someone of Jewish heritage here in the United States to recognize the Armenian genocide. So I think it'll quickly, I'm sure Israel does not want to be one of the last countries in the world to recognize someone else's genocide.
What do you think? What can Armenian government do after Biden's announcement?
I think the Armenian government did the right thing. It basically said it was a powerful and meaningful statement. And look, at the end of the day, we believe the majority of people in the world, including Turkish people, would love to recognize the Armenian genocide. It's really the Turkish government that's the last holdout. So the Turkish government just has to come to terms with its past and recognize. I saw a debate yesterday, and I was just, I felt bad almost for the Turkish side of it because they have no leg to stand on. It's becoming so apparent that the world has recognized the Armenian genocide. Historians and every country in the world will recognize that Turkey just needs to come to terms with its past.
During the recent days, Turkish President Erdogan spoke about the normalization with Armenia. He wrote a letter to the Armenian Patriarch of Turkey, Mashalyan, and he said that Turkey ready to start relations with Armenia on the basis of good neighborhood and mutual respect. I have two questions on this. First, why Erdogan decided to write such letter?
This is part of the diplomacy that takes place. Every time a country inches closer or affirms or recognizes the genocide, you see this willingness to talk. Now, look, Armenia should have relations with Turkey, but it has to be based on the truth, which is Turkey needs to acknowledge, yes, there was a genocide. And at that point, the two nations and people can come together and deal with the truth of relationship, which is, you can't live a lie for 106 years and then try to tell your people that you're standing on solid ground when you haven't told the truth to your own people. As far as Armenia is concerned, it's a very moral place where it can say, we would want relations, but relations with full and unequivocal genocide recognition.
What kind of approach Armenian diaspora and Armenian government would have toward Turkey?
Oh, there are many Turkish Americans who have called me, congratulated us. We really don't have a problem with the people of Turkey. It's the government of Turkey that's been the problem. Mm-hmm. Certainly, assisting with the attack on Artsakh did not help. So if you want Armenia to feel more secure in the region, and if genocide recognition brings that security, then the Turkish government needs to own up to its own past history, recognize the Armenian history for what it is, and then the Armenian people and the Turkish people will, as in my estimation, would absolutely want to engage in cultural dialogues, in reestablishing relationships, but that has to be done on the basis of truth, not on the basis of a lie.
How Biden's announcement would influence American policy on Turkey and Armenia in the South Caucasus, especially after 44 days war with Azerbaijan?
It's very clear that Joe Biden, who I have high regard for, a moral leader, has said, we will lead with human rights. So the president of the United States is telling the world the cornerstone of his administration and what he will do will lead with human rights. So he's put Turkey on notice. He'll put the rest of the Middle East on notice. He'll put Asia on notice, China on notice, that human rights is important. As you know, he spoke out on behalf of the Uyghurs. He will continue to speak out. I mean, the Armenian Genocide is something that is dear to him, that goes back 30 years. So it really was appropriate for this President Joe Biden, to recognize the Armenian Genocide.
Thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you, Sargis.